Did you know that the story of the telephone we all learned in school about Alexander Graham Bell inventing it may not be true? There's a secret history of the telephone that will shock you. In this video, we'll reveal the real story behind one of the most important inventions ever. You'll learn about the fierce race between Bell and his rivals to create the first telephone. We'll uncover possible theft, spying, and a fight that went on for years. By the end, you might not believe what you discover about the telephone's mysterious beginnings. Are you ready to learn the surprising truth? Here's another surprise. Pay close attention, because hidden within this episode is a quiz question. Answer it correctly, and you could walk away with a cool $100 PayPal cash prize. Let's start at the beginning. The word telephone comes from Greek tele, meaning distant, and phone, meaning sound. The idea of sending voices through wires was just a dream for a long time. Even today, our kids play with string phones. This string phone was first created by Robert Hooke in the year 1667. That's around 400 years ago. These simple toys showed that sound could travel through string, but it took 200 more years before someone made a real telephone. In 1876, everything changed. Here's what actually happened. In 1876, three smart men were trying to invent the telephone at the same time. Their names were Alexander Graham Bell, who was a Scottish-born Canadian-American inventor, then Elisha Gray, an American electrical engineer, and Thomas Edison, an American inventor who needs no introduction. They all wanted to be the first to create a machine that could send voices over wires. Nikola Tesla is a name that cannot be overlooked. Stay tuned to discover Tesla's contributions to the invention and advancements of the telephone. On February 14, 1876, both Bell and Gray went to the patent office. A patent is a special paper that says you invented something first. Bell got there a few hours before Gray. Bell's lawyer filed his patent application. Gray's lawyer filed a paper saying Gray was working on a similar idea. This started a big fight. Gray said Bell stole his idea. Then Thomas Edison jumped in too, saying he should get credit. The patent office gave the patent to Bell. This meant Bell was officially known as the inventor of the telephone. People have argued about this for many years. Some think Bell stole ideas from Gray. Others believe Bell really did invent it first. We may never know for sure who had the very first idea for the telephone, but Bell got the patent first, so history remembers him as the inventor. Well, on March 10, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell made the first real phone call. He said to his assistant, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." It was just a few words, but it started a new age of talking to people far away. Bell's device used a liquid transmitter. It had a diaphragm that moved when someone spoke into it. This created electrical signals that traveled through wires. The Bell Telephone Company was formed in July 1877. It started selling telephones and setting up exchanges. Early phones could only connect two places directly, but soon, switchboards allowed more connections. This led to the growth of telephone networks. By 1880, there were over 49,000 telephones in the United States. The technology spread quickly, changing how people lived and worked. At first, people had to yell into their phones to be heard. The sound was scratchy, and calls could only go a short distance. But things got better fast. When we talk about inventions, we can't forget Nikola Tesla. He did a lot for telephones too. He made phone equipment work better, fixed the machines to make calls clearer. Tesla also perfected a telephone amplifier or repeater, but he never patented it. Tesla is also known for his work on wireless technology, which laid the foundation for many modern technologies. We'll talk more about all the cool stuff Tesla made in another video. In the early 1900s, they made phones that could call across the whole country. Imagine how exciting it was to hear someone's voice from thousands of miles away. The first transatlantic telephone cable was completed in 1956. It allowed calls between Europe and North America. Before this, radio telephone services existed, but they were expensive and had poor quality. The first transatlantic call happened on January 7, 1927. It was between New York and London. By 1935, people could make calls to 93% of the world's telephones. Phones kept changing. They added dials so you could call people yourself without an operator. Then they made push-button phones, which were even easier to use. Phones also got smaller and more powerful. Telephone lines played a crucial role in the evolution of internet connectivity. Initially, dial-up internet utilized existing copper telephone lines to transmit data, albeit at slow speeds. As demand for faster internet grew, broadband technologies like DSL emerged, still leveraging telephone infrastructure but offering higher speeds through more efficient data transmission. The next leap came with the introduction of fiber optic lines, which use light to transmit data at unprecedented speeds over long distances. This fiber revolution not only dramatically increased internet speeds, but also paved the way for Voice over Internet Protocol, VoIP technology. VoIP allows voice communications to be transmitted as data packets over the internet, effectively bringing telephone services full circle by enabling calls over the same high-speed networks that evolved from the original telephone lines. But the biggest change came with the transformation from wires to going wireless with the invention of mobile phones. Now we have smartphones that fit in our pockets and do almost everything. We have discussed in detail about the evolution of mobile phones in a separate episode. You can check that on our channel. So, who really invented the telephone? The truth is, it wasn't just one person. Bell, Gray, Edison, and many others all helped create this amazing technology. Their work and ideas came together to change how we talk to each other forever. Here's today's quiz question to win $100 cash prize. What did Alexander Graham Bell's first telephone device use to transmit sound? A. Metal wires. B. A liquid transmitter. C. Radio waves. D. Sound waves through air. Please answer it in the comments section below. What do you think phones will be like in the future? Will we still use them the same way, or will something new and exciting take their place? Only time will tell. Thanks for joining us on this journey through telephone history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the past and present.